Hey, hon.
Yeah?
Do you know what a Russian gets if he mixes vodka and holy water?
I don't know. What does a Russian get when it mixes vodka and holy water?
The Holy Spirit.
Diabolical. Okay.
You were going to say diabetes?
Aye, sure. Diabetes. What's up, y'all? This is TheNekoPastel and...
Hello, my name is Kieran.
Very refined.
You may not remember me, but I used to be on a channel called TheNekoPastel.
Oh.
It's been inactive for a little bit of a while, but there's a more than adequate reason for that. They see, dearest Neko has been seeking employment, which has recently been achieved. We are incredibly proud of him, and his achievement should be notified with all of his fans, and should be showered with affection.
Aww.
I, for one, am incredibly ecstatic with this turn of events. But now he has saw fit to return to the world of YouTube and get back to scaring himself with the horror incarnation that is the letter. And you know I'm here as well.
Thank you for that. That warmed my heart, actually. That was really nice. But yeah, so glad to be back. It's been way too long.
Yes.
So,
Look how pissed fucking Charlotte is. He's like, you're back!
that stink eye is real. We have
And
been
you
away.
brought your bitch boyfriend here too!
We've been here for... We've not been here. That's the problem. We haven't been here for so long. So I think it's about time we turn that around, don't you think? So here we are with the letter once again. And we're just going to get straight into it. So let's open up this journal because we have a bunch of brand new entries.
So many fucking things.
And what better way to open an episode than to have Kieran's amazing narrator voice.
Oh god.
Look. That looks very familiar, that silhouette.
Sunday, October 30th. Wanting some alone time and fresh air, Luke excused himself, lingering in the gardens as he remembered the memory of his late mother. It was all pleasant at first, until he glimpsed someone watching him from the balcony. It was the spooky bitch.
Spooky bitch is at it again. And
Not even spooky, that bitch was straight rude. He was like, hey, why are you in my house? And she was just straight creeping. He was like, bitch, answer me. And then she left, and he was like, fuck, man.
I guess you could say she's taken scares to whole new heights.
You didn't even pity your laugh at my joke. Now gotta deal with this shit. Fucking hell.
What did I say? Don't do this when I'm drinking, it's dangerous. Is this the only new one? Okay, I'll let you have a read of this then.
Was it that one as well?
Huh? Nah, I don't think
I think we read that one.
We read that one.
Monday on fucking Halloween. With Hannah away for a checkup, Luke was left alone to watch over his godchild, Kylie Suarez. However, what was supposed to be a simple babysitting turned awkward when the precious child ate her fucking weight in tortillas! I mean, she began spouting bizarre things.
For goodness sake.
Started saying weird things like, oh, do you know when the TheNekoPastel's coming back? I was like, I don't know, honey, she'll be here soon. Oh, it's been a long time. Shut up.
They think the whole theory might be a bazillion meters tall, even bigger than a T-Rex. Cisa says it'll be big enough to eat all of my classmates.
I don't think I can spend any more time with Kylie, considering how high-strung I feel. So, it's a good thing that Suarez came for her as soon as I've called. Though it's earlier than the agreed-upon time, he voices no complaint. The bastard even has a look of relief as soon as they left. Or at least, I interpreted it as such from where I stood by one of the windows, not bothering to step out and greet the man. Wow, like, nice Bond villain thing. He's like, Luke, are you in here? And he's just like standing at the window. Oh, Mr. Suarez, like spins around. We've been expecting you. No doubt he still doesn't trust me around his spawn.
Definitely not. Definitely not. If he's leaving the mirror, you know what I mean?
Well, he has every right to be suspicious of me. I am a dangerous man, after all. But, to my chagrin, that leaves me with the rest of the day with nothing to do. As we black out.
That was a long blackout. At least we're still in the mansion though.
Well, aside from picking up the mess that Kylie left scattered about in the parlour, you really don't have like people to do this for you.
Barnyard animal.
To my immense Immense relief. She remembered to take her doll home with her this time.
Thank God.
Lies.
That or the doll went walkies and is somewhere in the mansion.
You will never get rid of me, Tio. I will remain in your darkest nightmares for all of time.
God.
Abre la ventana. But the same cannot be said of the crayons and papers littered here and there. First things first. I snatch my own doodle off the table and rip it to shreds, leaving no hope that it will see the light of day. The rest of the drawings, all Kylie's, remain unharmed as I collect the lot. Though they have been stacked neatly on the table before, they must have been blown about when I saw Kylie off. And there are plenty of them. From cats and cakes to colourful rainbows and gardens, the child managed to make a lot during her morning here. There is one more that I have to fish out of the fireplace where it landed. Expecting to see one of another Kylie's masterpieces, I am instead greeted with something a bit more concerning.
Oh, Takako.
There's me, and there's Kylie, the two of us, side by side and smiling as our stick figure selves stand in nondescript field. That much I can ascertain without looking at the labels below the doodle's feet. But a third figure stands next to me in the drawing. A woman, with her face hidden behind a curtain of black. Takako, the writing under her supplies.
Takako says you're making a really funny face.
One big happy family indeed.
Taka who?
Takako, a friend I made.
The hairs on the back of my neck stand on end as I feel a shooting chill go down my spine. A breath. That isn't mine. That's me turning around, expecting, hoping to see someone, anyone, but nothing. And that's when I hear it. Laughter. Sweet and merry laughter ringing from the ballroom. Thinking about it has my cheeks burning and my blood running hot. It's as if I'm being mocked.
What a way to start this episode.
As I stomp towards the door, I have to stop myself from shouting up a storm. I expect to see some of the help dallying about and idle from their duties. Perhaps they thought they could slack off on their duties without the head butler round and my preoccupation with Kylie. Well, they had another thing coming. But again, nothing. Nothing from what I can see with a cursory glance at the very least. I roam around looking for the nearest impossible hiding places, and still, I'm alone. Yet, I can still hear the laughter, that accursed laughter, echoing about in the room, in my head.
Who's there? Show yourselves and show some respect to the master of the house!
Cold uneasiness settles into my stomach when no one answers. I stumble on my own 2 feet, feeling a wave of nausea come from nowhere. I have to put a hand against the wall to stay upright when the world shifts and pain explodes from behind my eyes. It takes every ounce of my self-control not to heave then and there. The only thing my pride allowed me to do is to close my eyes and attempt to alleviate some of the pain. Vague, unfamiliar images, did I say memories, not mine, flashing my head, unbidden and unwelcome. Like a strong hammer strike to the head, threatening to crack my skull and split it in two. Whatever emotions they hold are muted. I'm nothing but a spectator. Still, this weight feels palpable. Though it doesn't take long for these sensations to get into my head, through my eyes and my ears. It creeps and buzzes in the spaces between. One after the other, they come at me. An unending flood that threatens to sweep me away for what feels like an eternity. Each one a show up with joy and suffering for those who have called this mansion their home. Each new scene is like a hammer to the head, threatening to crack my skull and split it in two. I can feel every little emotion in the blurry images that present itself in my head. I feel a part of these, like I've lived through them, though I know that it's not possible. All their anger burns through me, that much is evident. The pain more so. And above all of it, the whispers. The voices calling, luring, until one image emerges in vivid contrast with the others. When there's a shout of joy, my eyes snap open, looking for the culprit. That's when the whole room just changes. Everything is the same, yet it isn't. Everything isn't. There are people everywhere, laughing and dancing. I should be concerned about them. My mind finds it easy to dismiss them as they fade in and out from nothingness. Instead, I find my concentration drawn to a man and a woman, though one can only call them a lord and a lady going by their clothes. I see how happy the couple looks. Though the man's eyes are eerily blank, like he's not all there. His face is familiar, though. In fact, they both are, but I can't quite place why. The two make for a pretty picture as they dance in the centre of the ballroom. Even the phantom crowd's attention stay on them. It reminds me so much of Hannah and I during our early days of our marriage. The honeymoon years, as they call it. We were happy then too. All smiles and her sunshine. Even with the normal dreary weather. Younger, we had less to worry about. Or at least, thought that way. I thought, wished we could go on that way, even with all that I did and had to do. But life has a way of catching up. There was work to be done. Although we had to say the loving, perfect couple in public, I could not afford to look so weak. To appear tied down to someone else, to those who knew I really am. I had to harden my heart when I have business, but it hadn't always been so easy just to switch off that part of me, on and off. I should be concerned about the intrusion too. Ask what in bloody hell they are doing in my house, throwing a party as if they own the place. Ask myself how the fuck I didn't notice what was going on before, when the parlour and the foyer are both only a few doors away. I have the feeling that yelling and screaming at them won't do much of anything anyway. None of the others have given me notice. I realise that this might not even be real. It dawns on me that these two people from the paintings are from the paintings, the ones all over the mansion. Which makes sense. I don't think I'm imaginative enough to make all of this up on my own. This must be a dream. Or a really horrible high. Just then, I can feel eyes on me as I contemplate the absurdity of the situation. Yet I find difficulty in trying to tear my eyes away from the two dancing. I manage. And I regret looking away. The woman from the balcony stands beside me. I can hear her rattling breath, menacing and chilling. Everything in me screams to run. But something pins me to the spot as she just looks at me, watching and waiting. The clamour of their voices fill the ballroom. Although they say such welcoming words, I do not feel comforted by the madness I'm experiencing. Their joyous voices turn sinister and foreboding to my ears. The chorus of people that shouldn't exist, threaten to overwhelm me, drown me even as I stand on dry land. The music still plays as the Phantom Quartet continues while I stand there, vulnerable and afraid. But the dance has already ended. and I'm afraid that I might just be tonight's entertainment. Tension is all well and good until bullets like this go down. These phantom people watch me, thousands of eyes scrutinising. Will they cheer for my return, cajole me to dance and join the merriment? There are eager hands all over, pulling me in every direction, but they don't move me enough to remove me from the woman's gaze.
Listen. Can you not hear them as they welcome you home? Your kind, our kind. You're one of us, my love. We are bonded by the blood we share.
If I thought the voices were overwhelming before, it's nothing compared to how they are now. Their voices are loud, speaking in unison, echoing ever in the spaces of my head. They welcome me back, as if I've belonged, as if I was meant to be here in the first place. They call me all these titles and names that don't belong to me in that man's face. The ones with the empty eyes flashes again before me. Once, fleetingly, like a new memory having burned itself in my mind. I have to struggle for air when I come back to myself after.
I'm not. This isn't.
The welcome turns into screams at my protest. Pained, desperate pleas for my help, telling me that it's my duty to stay. Telling me that I belong among them, two of them. Gentle touches turn near threatening, the warning scratches and baring of teeth by predators before they truly maim someone. My mouth goes dry as I struggle to speak, some sense in this hallucinatory madness, but I don't get the chance as they drown out my voice.
Our Lord, my Prince.
Our words. And there is a compulsion to stay. Though my heart races in my chest, the fear I should be experiencing refuses to register in my head. Mind and body at war with each other, nearly tearing me in two. Did you figure that one? The compulsion to walk into her arms is strong. Whispers in my head tell me to go to her. They say that she is safety. She is home and heart.
Another one. I'll probably need to point that out to the Discord next time I'm on.
Yeah. But repulsed at these thoughts that wrench away and turn with a small gasp. Without hesitation, I start to make a run for it. I nearly fall where an angry shriek pierces the air, inhumane and monstrous. I don't dare look back. I just run. I don't care if this is a drug-induced hallucination or not. Just run. Out of the ballroom. And out of the parlour. So then do I bother to look back, hoping and praying to the God I scorn that it did not pursue me. I would have run all the way out of the mansion too, if only someone didn't get in my way. I collide with a body much larger than mine and fall back to the ground, head spinning as I look up at the stained glass. Turn my head to the side replaces the colourful sight with a pair of shiny black boots. Fatigue fills every inch of my being then, making me refuse to get up. Meanwhile, a familiar head of ginger hair looks down at me in bemusement.
Oh, thank God. Well, if it's ginger hair, I can only assume who this is.
You really must look where you're going if you insist on running about. Do tell, where is the fire?
Oh, thank God you're here.
I do hope you don't have a concussion. Can you count backwards from 15 to 1 for me?
Oh, fuck off, you wanker. Just help me up.
I do not think insulting me if you do have a concussion is a smart decision. But no, really. 15 to 1.
That woman, she was here. I told you to keep an eye out for her.
The other man offers an arm as he pulls me up to my feet then. Before I can storm off and pull him to the ballroom, he anchors me down with one hand on my shoulder and the other touching the back of my head.
No bruising or bump. That still does not mean that you don't have a concussion. If you are too lazy to count backwards, can you tell me your full name? Where are you currently?
We don't have Lucille Mitchell Wright, and this is the Ermengarde bloody fucking foyer. But we don't have time for this.
You must make and have the time to make sure you are not broken in the head. I have already sent security to scour the whole house when I saw you running out of the parlor, Dummkopf. If the woman is here, they will have her. You will only be slowing them down if you plan to interfere.
When he points that out, I realise that there are guards starting to filter into the house as we speak, with some already searching the nearby rooms. Armed and uniformed men go about in pairs, making it so the house is in a flurry of activity. He lets go of me then, within the knowledge that I'm not going to keel over anytime soon.
I was hoping that you would be tired from dealing with the young miss on my return. Instead, you come running and hit your head. Such a troublesome boy. Shall I be carrying you to bed, too?
I can manage just fine on my own. Though I don't see how I can sleep until that woman is caught.
It'll be easier to keep you safe in your quarters. This is twice we've known the woman to break in. I think we can safely presume that you hold her interest.
He says it as a matter of fact, in a tone that broke no argument. Not like they'll argue if it means I'm kept safe. The two of us hurry upstairs, though we remain watchful and wary of any potential threats to my person. We make it to the master bedroom without any trouble, though, and the two of the security are left outside the door. No problems at all. Not until we get inside. Johann's eyes scan the room wildly, a look of dread on his usually stoic face. And I don't understand for a moment. Looking around the bedroom, it's empty. But then I realise.
Where's Hannah? She came home with you from the hospital, didn't she?
She's supposed to be here. I sent one of the maids to accompany her here, to let her rest.
I feel the colour drain from my face as he raises a hand to stop me from charging out there.
Stay.
I'm not staying in here while Hannah stays out there.
One of the guards will find her and bring her here.
And what if they don't? What if that woman gets to her first? What if she already has her?
That's not possible.
You can't promise that.
There's no second thought as I reach under my bed and pull out one of my knives. I have no doubt that the other man can take me on if we're both unarmed. But with this, I could even the field, or at least deter him from escalating the situation and risk hurting either of us.
I'm going out there to look for Hannah, and you're either with me or you aren't. I'm not risking Hannah, and I'm not leaving her alone.
Still, like a stubborn mule, he refuses to budge from the door. There's a withering look on him that I try to match. One that, somehow, I am losing fast to, even with him not saying a word yet.
Can you see yourself in the mirror right now? You are in no proper state to go looking for anyone. If it will make you happy, I will do the looking. But please, and don't make me repeat this, stay where it's safe, where security can find you. We already have one person to be worried about. Please don't add another one to it.
Perhaps it is his tone. In spite of his general disdain for virtually everything that has to do with me, I'd like to think that over the years he has grown to care for Hannah, at least. As much as I loathe to admit this, I'd trust him with her safety over any servant in this house. So, an acquiescence.
You have 2 hours, Shirokin. I don't think it'll take that long to find one missing woman in this house. 2 hours. Any more than that, and I'm going out there.
Of course.
Despite his words, he lingers. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he wants to make sure I get in that damn bed and sleep before he turns away from me. What am I, a child? Watching and treating me like one. There's the reason why we will never get along.
Well, what are you waiting for?
And the knife?
The knife stays.
Very well.
Only then does he seem to get the hint. With a nod, he leaves, locks and closes the door behind him. For a moment, I still hear his voice while he gives the guards outside firm instructions. Then a hush as soon as he departs as his footsteps fade away. one that doesn't quite last. As quickly as silence settles, lightning flashes across the sky, followed immediately by the loud boom of thunder. And that wanker strikes so dangerously close that I can feel the electricity in the air. The power goes out not a second later, and I feel as if being mocked by whatever greater power there is. All is deathly still for a moment, but soon the rain starts once again. Far heavier than the light drizzle this morning. Its patter hitting hard against this place's roof. Despite the noise, I find myself drawn to my bed, exhausted, hoping for a little nap. I'm safe here. Hannah will be safe too. Shrokin will find her, and when I wake, she'll be here. It does not take long. As my head hits the pillow, in a matter of minutes, darkness claims me, bringing with it laughters and whispers of a twisted love from a long time ago. Long time gone.
Woo! Wow.
Because we were back, I wanted to try and really
You did well.
over emotional.
Wow. Remember to like this video for Kieran's voice acting because he is he's fantastic.
No,
He really gives it his all, and he's such a talented voice actor.
darling, you're the one who does all the editing.
So I wouldn't have anything to edit if I didn't have such great content from you. Ellipsis.
Oh, it's my favourite singer.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Oh. Who's this?
Stay away!
Oh, that might be the man,
The man?
Charlotte's man.
What is his name again?
I don't think we've actually got his name.
I know that he does have a name. We must have heard it at least once, because I do know that we've heard it at least once.
I'm gonna call him Look 2.
Look 2. Okay, Look 2. Ellipsis.
I told you there was going to be an evil laugh.
November
November
1st.
1st.
Tuesday.
It's my birthday that month. It's our birthdays, it's not that month.
Oh, mine's is in December.
Why am I thinking of... No, you know what I'm thinking of?
Yours is November, isn't it?
No, I'm thinking of Bonfire Night.
Oh no, it's 5th of November. That's our anniversary.
I'm thinking of Anniversary.
Ellipsis? Yet, in spite of the unfamiliar voices and unwanted touches from shadows lurking in the dark, rousing is a slow, arduous process. Arduous process. Difficult, every limb heavy with lead. You might want to get that checked out.
Yeah.
No matter my aversion for the words they murmur in my ears or the sight of her horrid smile from afar, my body refuses to yield. I am at their mercy. Beyond fathomable reasons, my consciousness refills the pool of the waking world, choosing to linger in the pits of a dream, gradually drawing me deeper into unknown depths. Somehow, even if it might mean I may never open my eyes, I allow them.
You do not belong there, my prince.
No, fucking shit.
I really don't like this. Something's going to happen. And I know for a fact that Kylie never left that doll. No, she did leave that doll. She left that doll. The doll just went walkies. I'm scared. Not that I mind getting a few extra hours, of course. The bed's more than comfortable as it is after an exhausting day yesterday. Babysitting Kylie and the stress from finding an intruder in my own home. I think I deserve a little break every once in a while, especially after going through all that in a single day.
You know what, look, I normally don't give you a lot of leeway, but I mean, after that, I think you do deserve somewhat of a break.
Yeah, you definitely do. I can say that, you definitely deserve a break. I can only be on the receiving end of so many unacceptable things within the span of a few hours, you know. As gracious a host in person I am, my patience has its limits too.
Oh, aye.
Of course. Although there's still that problem with Hannah, I haven't forgotten that, of course. But that's why I hired Shrokin.
Shocking.
Shrokin. He's competent enough. He won't even last a day in my service if he's any lesser than those half-wits who think they can deceive me with sweet words. He's more than capable of working on his own without guidance. Let the butler take care of that little problem with Hannah while I... Hannah?
You do not need her. I am here. We are here.
I'm really fucking scared, you know that?
This is where your home is.
Is it I?
Where you belong for the blood we share. Come back to us.
How long has it been since? Johans has never taken this long before.
Surely there should have been an update by now. Alright?
So why isn't there?
Please don't go.
Bloody hell, the cretins I've surrounded myself with.
And isn't that enough reason to force myself out of bed? As it has always been the case. Ooh, ellipsis! Oh, okay.
Have you ever seen the movie The Lady in Black?
I know of The Lady in Black. I'm a pussy, so of course I've never watched it. I've just heard there was mixed reviews about that movie. A lot of people loved it, and a lot of people weren't too sure about it.
Because I didn't watch I watched the Daniel Radcliffe one.
Mm-hmm. That was the Daniel Radcliffe one I've heard about.
But I watched the other one for the 80s and I'd read the book.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they were going to do the scene for that, because there's a scene where he sleeps in a bed identical to this one.
Mm-hmm.
And he has been plagued all day by the strange woman in black.
Mm-hmm.
So when he finally goes and rests his head down, he like roots his head back and he opens his eyes, and she's like that on top of the bed, just sitting waiting for him, and she does that and falls on top of him.
Uh-huh.
Oh, very grudgy. Very grudgy.
Wow. My eyes fly open, expecting the warm rays of sunshine filtering through the curtains.
But then I remembered I'm in England.
Yes. Rainy England. Only to be greeted by a blinding flash of light and a loud boom of thunder that sounded nearly too close to my ears. Strong gusts of wind will occasionally burst in from the open balcony door, bringing in drizzles of cold rain into the room. I must have left it open earlier before dozing off. The carpet and the floor closest to is already drenched. Of course. Yeah, maybe they don't have a drain and the water's just kind of like pouring in. You were right. They don't have a drain.
They probably have like some kind of door.
Mm-hmm.
Or like some kind of thing to do it.
Hannah's going to be so cross when she sees this. Not that it's an immediate problem. If anything, it's power outage we should be minding first, of course, because you're going to end up cold. It's November after all. With the intruder still at large, steering through this darkness might be far more fatal than multiple stab wounds or a gunshot to the chest.
Oh, great. The power's still out. That is exactly what I need right now. Yes.
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 It's the storm, of course.
Yes.
I should have moved back to the penthouse to weather it in a much more comfortable setting. Already I can hear the creak and groans of this old place as rain beats against the windows.
Johans! Has someone been sent to take the circuit breaker yet?
No answer.
Johans?
Johan!
Come on!
Just sits there for like the next 3 hours. Johan!
Silence.
Shroken! Someone! Anyone?
Still nothing, and my cordial mood is quickly dissipating.
Where are those idiots when you need them?
It's really a wonder why he hasn't fixed this yet. Was I really out that long? Can't be. It's only been a few hours after midnight, if the time on my wristwatch is anything to go by. Unless I've forgotten to change it again after that last overseas trip a month ago. Though the delay is understandable, if he went looking for Hannah as he promised. But bloody hell, my safety's also at stake here. Cursing, I stay still, letting my eyes try to adjust to the darkness while my hands fumble for my slippers. If that butler isn't going to fix this, I may as well order the security posted outside to do it. It's probably just a blown fuse. Anyone with a brain can repair one. Grabbing my jacket, and with footwear finally on, I make for the door. Although in haste, I pause briefly when a gleam catches my eye. On one of my drawers, underneath the clutter I've yet to organise, the muzzle of a gun peeks out. Hannah has never openly commented my possession of it, but I know she does not approve of it, knowing the bloody firearms policy in this nation. See, okay, so the firearms policy is still a thing here. Because I was going to be like, why does Luke have a random gun in his house?
Well, just a wee quick thing about gun laws.
Mm-hmm.
In Britain,
Mm-hmm.
if you own a black powder firearm, there is no real restriction to it,
Mm-hmm.
and you can own it as you see fit.
Okay.
You can own a semi-automatic pistol
Okay.
up to, I think it's 22, entering the 22 caliber range.
Mm-hmm.
However, it needs to be over a certain barrel length, and you need like a 10-inch, like a rod coming out the back of it,
Mm-hmm.
so it can be concealed carry. But you can own semi-automatic pistols. But see, as far as the one Luke has,
Mm-hmm.
that would be illegal, as that does not fit the barrel length or the required like stock, because it's still a concealed pistol.
And even he's aware of it, you know what I mean?
And as far as talking about the guns, you can have revolver carbines, which are completely fine as long as you have it. And as far as deer hunting, as long as you have the proper license, you can have anything up to, I think it's 308 caliber, which is fucking big.
Fair enough.
Sorry, just a little bit of UK gun, because I know there's a lot of like, I know it's a bit dumb to date now, but there is a big misconception. Like a lot of people in America just think, oh, you can't get guns in Britain. No, you can. You just have to jump through a little bit more hoops than a lot of people.
Which is probably better, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's needed. Of course, I've not found much use for it in the 7 years we've been together. Otherwise, she would have already had thrown it out years ago. Doesn't mean it won't be useful right now. Without a second thought, I seize it, sending the stuff piled above it onto the floor. Eh?
Or not. Oh, it was like, fuck it.
Whatever. I'll get to it later. This blackout problem should be resolved first. Right next to my missing security detail, as it turns out.
Where the fuck did everyone go?
There were two, weren't there? Shokin had two blokes posted to stand guard for the night. I might be panicking for a bit earlier, but I'm not quite sure I haven't gotten delusional yet. What? Did both of them decide to take a break? Because they think the master's already sound asleep and won't be looking for them?
Damn nitwits.
I know assassinations happen very rarely these days, and even less in a peaceful city like Luxbourne. But bollocks!
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 Blocks. Blocks. I'm sorry. There's been a woman going in and out of this place, uninvited, who may or may not want to put a knife in my back. Isn't that enough reason to stay on alert? I'm fairly certain Shrokin won't just enlist their help just for this power outage, only to leave me unprotected. We have a difficult friendship, so to speak, but I doubt that man is an opportunist. I'm holding the lives of his family in my hands after all. He knows what I'm capable of doing. He's not stupid enough to do anything that will endanger them and save only himself. So where then? Only my footsteps echo along the dark passage, and I am left gripping the handle of my pistol for some sort of comfort. Without proper lighting, and with this storm still raging outside, the stories I've heard about this place seem to have some truth to it. Some. If I'm reaching and wish to entertain myself for a bit, I'll say there might also be ghost whispering in my ears, calling. Of course, it's just the wind and the trees rustling outside. Nothing good will come of allowing these thoughts to linger when problems are piling up in front of me, one after another. Especially with what greets me once I get to the
We know
void.
what's here now, don't we? Oh, remember, this is the bit where Rebecca and Ash and all that are Remember the two are like pointing guns at each other?
Is this it?
I mean, remember Luke has the gun pointed at everybody?
Uh huh.
I mean, he's walking about with a gun.
Though it's
And he's
dark.
in the foyer.
Ah, well, to be fair, I'm scared.
One thing I've never... Have we ever been to the West Wing? Because I've noticed... See the way the perspective is?
Mm-hmm.
That door always leads to their bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Have we ever been to the left?
I'm not sure. I've not really been paying attention to that much, to be fair. I should have been looking at the floor plans. Those Patty gets really triggered over the floor plans because apparently they're not accurate.
Yeah. you look at them and you're like, that door should be way bigger, that door should not exist.
I think it was...
That should not lead to a fucking toilet, and that one should even be there.
I think it was the windows he was talking about. It might have been the windows, I'm not sure. Though it's dark, the large windows illuminate the area much more easily than any of the other rooms. They are there!
Get the fuck out of my house!
That's awful. And from where I stand at the top of the stairs, I can easily make out their forms. Recognise them even. Just their silhouettes, you could tell by their form, their hair. It's all gone crazy when these intruders come into my house. I'm no longer a stranger to a cop playing dirty. The smart ones knew that neither life nor criminals are going to play fair. Wow!
For the sake of decency, I'm not going to say the word out loud, but I think you all know what word it means and what it ascertains to.
Mm-hmm.
He is a bastard.
Press enter. Need to get my fingers back in this button. Okay. This is the thing, like, there comes a point where you try to, like, sympathise with Luke because, you know, he's going through this shit too, and then he hits it with shit like that. Then you're just like, can the pale badge come and slit his throat already? You know what I mean?
Chino, like, world record Olympic javelin him.
Exactly. Do you want to know why? Because it's Hannah.
Because she's thirsty as fuck.
Aye.
Love me!
You matter not!
You will love me!
But Lily, the estate agent, she doesn't seem the sort. And Daisy too? What will Kaylee think of her Miss Pink if the poor tyke finds out about this? Not to mention Mint. Hannah trusted her.
I like how he does not know a single fucking person's there's name.
Aye. Well, he's just as bad as Hannah, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, look, Hannah does it like, I think like Hannah generally just seems a bit like airheaded and like has generally forgotten the name. I feel like Luke is smart enough to remember your name, but is that much of a dick he chooses to get your name wrong.
Marianne, Becky. I think the only name the only name that she gets right is Zach's.
Rose?
Rose. Oh, Rose as well. It is Rose, isn't it?
Yeah, Miss.
Not Rosie. I think she calls her Rosie.
Well, we tried.
I think she calls her Rosie. I'm positive she calls her Rosie. I could be wrong though. I trusted her to be professional, at the very least, for fuck's sake.
You die too.
To top it all off, they all have the nerve. The nerve. The nerve.
Get the fuck out of my house.
To look surprised when I announce my presence.
Well, well, what have we here? If I were any less sober, I'd say this is the beginning of a joke.
Bloody trespassers. What is wrong with these people? Did they really think I'll be fine with them walking into my house like this? What are they even doing here? If I didn't know any better, they might also be behind Hannah's disappearance.
That's right, my love.
They must have a motive.
Make them pay
And it better be a good one.
for all the wrong they've to us.
Or a bullet to the head is the least... let me try that again. Or a bullet to the head. The least all of them will deserve.
Let's see. A photographer, a high school teacher, a real estate agent, an interior designer walk into a mansion.
Thunder crackles once again, cutting me off. This time, its sound hints close enough that it nearly feels as if the windows and the ground itself are rumbling. All is deathly still for a moment. I don't let it stop me, however, as I slowly make my way towards them, taking one careful step at a time, relishing the expression of fear in their eyes. I suppose there's something ominous in this setting, with the heavy rain outside and the lack of light here. Very cinematic.
I just felt bad. You see, like when you said that, I'm just imagining like they're all like, "Look, we just have to be careful and not wake up." Like, oh, you better know.
Oh my god. I kind of like it.
I kind of like it about this.
Add something to the atmosphere. I suppose I must look like the villain now. But short of me getting close to them, a noise to my left distracts me, briefly halting my movements, while curiosity takes over every murmurs in my head.
Freeze, fuck boy.
And it's a good thing perhaps that I did, because as soon as I look up, I see him. Another trespasser. Great.
Mexican standoff. Just like you see like Hannah and they're like even Takako pops up and is like
Spear. Just as he's about to jump down from... Is that copyrighted?
the whole song is like 3 seconds of it doing an impression of fucking ecstasy of blah blah blah.
Oh.
It's not... Fuck you anyway, man. It's 3 seconds of a song. God damn.
Just as he's about to jump down from furniture that has somehow ended up piled and blocking the door to the parlour.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
It was, to be fair. What happened there? And did he really think it's alright to do that in other people's homes? Loud.
Teach him, my lord.
I know what's going on now. Takako's like...
Yeah.
she's like the devil in his shoulder right now. That's what he's doing.
Let the anger flow through you. And he's like, it's like that scene from Star Wars. He's like, I don't know if we should kill him. Do it.
That's pretty much what's happening right now. My hand's already moving before any rationale can stop me. Fingers firm at my gun when I finally release the safety from it and take aim. Not at him, but at his friends. They are his, aren't they? Why else would they be here together?
Just as like a pirate. Imagine if they like weren't together. They pull like a Pirates of the Caribbean and they're like, don't move or he dies. Kill him. I have no idea who that is.
It doesn't matter. He won't let the people he cares about be harmed. My finger on the trigger's more than itching to shoot, but I hold back. Sure, I could have simply taken aim at him. But more than seeing him bleed, I want to see the expression on his face once he realizes everything he's doing is futile. He's trapped. Lives are in my hand. His life's in my hand.
Had I known there would be a party in my own home tonight, I would have opened a bloody bottle or two. People these days, in my own home, can you believe it? I feel so left out.
I can tell the exact moment the realization dawns on him. A short second of his body freezing and blood draining from his face as soon as his feet hits the floor and he looks up. Ah, there's a scene we're familiar with. Okay. He's already a prey trapped by his own recklessness.
Pathetic.
And really, Daisy,
Rude.
even you, what would Kylie say?
Luke, this isn't what you're thinking. You have to listen to
Bang.
us. There's something going on here.
Well, obviously, why else would people be trespassing in my home? What about little Lily over there, then? What's your excuse? Checking back if your clients are doing okay? Is that it? Is this what this is?
We're doing good, by the way.
Sir, please.
Please, what?
Oh, please.
I'll shoot you in your fucking face. Wah, wah,
That's
wah.
right, sir. We need to get out of this place. You need to leave.
Bitch, I own the
That is
place.
no excuse, darling. You people are the ones who need to get out of my sight.
I don't think you realise I paid £4.5 million fucking pounds for this place.
Well, Hannah did.
Irrelevant. I'm going
Make like a tree and leave.
Make like a tree and get the fuck out of my house.
Don't worry. I might consider pressing lighter charges for the woman.
I'll only
Say
shoot you
the
in the
same for the
boob.
rest of you. But really now, I swear the people of this city need to be taught the meaning of privacy. This is how you want to start the week. Why don't we just go with a bloody massacre if we want to surprise people in their homes, huh?
It's just a passing remark, of course. I'm not stupid enough to do something that will bring negative attention to myself. Reputation and all that. I can't just risk it. The thought of having dead bodies here, ones that I'm not even responsible for, they're the ones who trespassed. It's already quite too much. It'll literally be overkill, especially for someone like me. Nevertheless, joke or not, Feathers wastes no time drawing his own gun at the slight wave of my own. Even if he knows it's already too late. Still, he glares at me. Still, he fights back.
Now, Feathers. Manners.
Does he call him Feathers because of the ruff of
his plume.
His parka?
His
parka.
his plume.
Parka, should I say?
You're in no position to be pointing that gun at people.
There's no desperation in him like I'm hoping. Just an annoyance flickering shortly before hidden underneath a challenge. The likes of him are the kind of people I hate the most. Even with their failures already glaring down at them, mocking every worthless move they make, they have the impudence to stare in my eye.
Why don't you put yours down first, and then we'll talk about manners.
Oh, he talks back. The gall! You know, your kind pisses me off so much.
Annoying, most of the time, like a damn pest you can't get rid of. But to some degree it is. Commendable. I'll give him that. After all, we're almost the same in that regard. Almost. I'm still the better person, of course.
I kind of like the fact that the two of them notice how similar the two of them are.
No, are both very... what's the word I'm looking for?
Assured of themselves?
Yeah.
Very self-confident.
Yeah, that one.
Just one, I would say Ashton's very confident, whereas like...
Looks very arrogant.
Yeah.
He tells me to put the gun down, but I see no reason why I should. I'm a homeowner in defense of my own home. I have the right to, I'd like to think. Questionable permit of firearms aside.
I was going to say, you would actually still get done. Because of, like, you've killed them with an illegal weapon you shouldn't be owning.
Aye. It's not like I wanted this, but I'm already high-strung, and their presence does not help. Bloody peasants. I can never seem to figure out how their minds fully work. Take this one, for example. Sorry. The tense set in his shoulders tells me as much, but the closest he can get to lowering his own ego in favour of something I can't quite place. Interesting. I gotta admit, I'm almost disappointed.
As you should be, my lord.
I've expected him to hold until one of us shoots the other. Can't say it'll be more exciting that way. A bullet inside any part of my body isn't something I'd like to have on a bad day like this. Or any day for that matter. But I'd surely be predictable of him. And I like predictable. They're the kinds of people who are the easiest to deal with, no matter the situation. With them, there's no second guessing what they'll do. He shoots, I shoot. One of us dies, the other walks away. Nothing complicated. Nothing requiring much brain power, just muscle memory and who's the better shooter. End of story. Yet here he is, dragging a deep breath and setting aside the only thing protecting him. I can easily shoot him this way, be done with this whole farce of a conversation. Instead, I find myself listening.
That's incredibly one-sided, isn't it?
Aye. A concession for a person. A concession? Did I say that right? A concession?
Yes.
I'll say that again. A concession for a person who in another life would have also become the person I am today had his circumstances allowed it. Damn shame. We might have gotten along.
Listen, right. I need you to...
But alas.
You broke into my house, and somehow, you expect me to listen like a good little boy. Are you a bit touched in the head, Feathers? I'm not the one breaking laws here.
Look here, fucker. If I wanted you dead, I could have done it so many times already. In fact, I can easily shoot you down right here, right now. And you won't be able to do a damn thing, even with that gun.
A meeting of two prideful blokes will never go down well, whatever lifetime it is. can only laugh at his audacity, his lack of shame and fear, even facing the business end of my pistol.
You know what I'm thinking right now? In another lifetime, we would have probably gotten along well.
The best truth I can offer him, not many people, those who have slighted me in particular, live this long to see it.
And he should be grateful. You're already gracious enough, allowing him to stand in your presence like this.
Yes, especially when he has a lot to answer. Preferably right now, because as generous as I have been so far, my patience has its limits. My amusement can only last for so long. In 2 steps, I'm standing in front of him, grabbing him by the collar and resting the cold muzzle of the ego against his temple.
Luke, no!
Hey, now you two, I'm sure we can all talk about this first.
He went up a pretty smear on the wall this close.
Teach this loud a lesson.
What is it that you people really want with me? This is the 2nd time this week, and I'm really getting weary of this little game. Did the NCA send you to apprehend me? Or has somebody paid you off to kill me? Which one is it, Feathers? Mind you, my arm's getting tired. Better answer quick if you don't want to beat the business end of this gun.
And he knows it. Of course he does. Hitman or not, he's been trained, judging purely from his stance. But not many bother to be as cautious as him. One glimpse at my handgun's safety earlier is all it took for him to see I mean business. Similar. Too similar. We're too alike in so many little ways, it's funny. Down to the fact that he doesn't even flinch, no matter how heavy the threats and my words are. Even knowing how one flick of my flicker on the trigger will be enough to end his sorry life. He should have caved in by now, started begging, like so many others before him. Instead, he throws more vitriol, adds more kindling to a fire already burning.
I'm not with NCA. I'm just here to help. There's something else in this house, and we're all in danger. You have to believe me, right? You need to let us go. You need to get out of here before it's too late. If you want to keep your sorry ass alive, you'll listen to people with more brain cells than you.
Igniting it further, that I can't help but return it to him with equal fervour. We don't need him, my love.
Why, you insolent!
We both decide to move in that moment. Both our bodies tensing, with each of us racing to get ahead of the other. Oh look! He's holding a pistol!
He's holding it really weird though.
He is holding it pretty weird. However, before we can even get a head start, a voice unexpectedly rings above the chaos about to ensue. You were going to say something, sorry? Oh.
Holding a gun like...
Hannah?
There she is! Possessed bitch.
Oh my god, it's Michael Jackson!
You met her now!
It's Michael Jackson back from the grave!
Back from the groove.
Oh.
Oh, Luke, darling, my love. What do you think you're doing out here this late?
The woman that stands there is the one that I married. The love of my life. So why is it that the look she gives me now is making me feel so revolted?
I don't mean to be like Crash, but see from this angle, she must have had like some kind of like a chest job or something, because my god, those things are like bigger, as big as her head.
It became a bit more... Maybe we,
Do you think she like pumps them up in the morning?
I'm beginning to think we, on paranormal possession. It could have,
It's a great boob job.
probably, who knows. Make it so that there's a general sense of wrongness in the way she smiles at me.
Hannah! Oh, thank goodness, it's just you. Oh, you gave me quite the fright. We've been looking all over for
Oh
you.
no, he's not getting it, is he? Seeing this makes my tongue feel heavy. I'm so used to lying, to putting on a face, but that just feels so wrong. Such a small lie, yet a big one at that. To be afraid at the sight of my own wife for no apparent reason is illogical. Yet her mere presence has been disturbing. From her suddenly devoted and near-dependent nature, her obsession and possessiveness, to her strange way of speaking, something has been wrong with Hannah as of late. I didn't want to admit it, but it's almost as if she turned into another person overnight. And looking up at her now only seems to solidify this. It's almost as if I can't recognize my own wife.
Fetch me. Whatever for, my prince.
Look, that doesn't matter right now.
Mata.
You need to get out of this house right now, alright? Stay in the penthouse for a while.
Leave our home? What if I wish to stay?
It's not safe here, darling. Now is not the time to explain. Just listen to me. Okay, Buttercup?
No.
I hold out my hand to her, in the hopes that she won't ask any more questions. I shove away the ill thoughts I have about her, about how this is not my wife, how this is not the wife I married. People change, and now is not the time to have some sort of existential crisis about it.
It's the perfect time to have an
It's the
existential
perfect
crisis.
time to have an existential crisis. Our safety is priority right now, and I'll feel better about all of this as long as I can have her by my side. But she barely budges from her place atop the stairs, let alone take my hand. And the way she looks at me just sends a chill down my spine.
Why should I? Is something the matter?
Everyone's
What
pointing
about you?
guns at each other.
Are you not coming with?
What was I supposed to say? Where to even start? Maybe just confess there's some crazy lady roaming around, and I'd really like it if we just stayed safe.
You just need to leave for a while so I can let security sweep the place. And someone has to be there, yes? To supervise and all. That'll be my job, Buttercup.
Still, nothing. She doesn't move from where she stands, still with that amused grin on her face. As if this is all some funny joke, and she's the only one who can see this punchline.
But I do not wish to leave. And you should not either. You've just arrived, my prince. This is your home. Our home. Would you really allow others to drive us away from it?
Be that as it may, it is dangerous here right now, and I'd rather have you safe than, I don't know, comfortable or whatever argument you wish to bring up. This is ridiculous, Hana. We shouldn't be discussing this. You need to leave now. Let me handle things here, Buttercup.
It's then that her expression turns absolutely horrific, and everything turns to complete and utter shite.
Shite. Oh, it's practically the whole cast.
Oh, it is the whole cast. Hannah's body shudders and shakes as if she's about to have a seizure until her visage ripples and changes. Golden yellow hair is slowly stained with inky black, and her face melts into that of the woman, the maid from before, with a menacing expression on her face. Along with it is the shifting of the very ground we stand on, and a slow thing, a whisper, more than a bang, as the darkness creeps into every corner of the room. The walls shudder and groan. Blood runs from the ceiling, crawls down the walls, and stains the floor. It feels as if life itself is being sucked from the house slowly but surely.
And then the Final Fantasy boss theme starts.
Oh. Which one?
All of them.
All of them.
All 15 at once.
Oh, amazing. The beauty of the place is gone, with only the dead, decaying remains of a mansion left in its wake. I don't have to wonder if it's just the foyer that becomes this nightmarish place. I can already hear it. Gone are the growling of thunder and the lashing of rain and wind against the foyer's high windows. All of it has been replaced by a more grating sound. A cacophony of voices from nowhere and everywhere echoing throughout the now horrid walls. Voice that neither belongs to us nor the people who live here.
What's going on?
All throughout the house, shouts of alarm and surprise ring out, a mirror to the horror creeping up in each of us. Who wouldn't be shocked? This is insane! Even Daisy, feisty woman that she is, trembles at the sight of it, clinging desperately to Lily, while Steel and Feather stand protectively in front of the two. Brave of them, I have to admit, but pull themselves in front, to put themselves in the front line like that. Though it doesn't necessarily mean they don't feel the same fear as the rest of us. Something I don't blame them for. It seems to be the end in sight to this insanity. If anything, this only feels like the beginning of the end.
Help me! Oh my god! Please, somebody!
Anybody, by the way.
I'll need to have a check.
Who are you? Stay away!
No.
Stay away.
The screams fill the mansion. She laughs all the while, a harsh, agonizing sound that goes on for what feels like forever.
Oh, we're back here.
Oh, we're back here. And the foyers became very bloody and steamy, as you can see. But what an episode. Okay, I feel like we're actually getting to the end pretty quick, I've got to say.
It feels like I'm getting a bit scared.
Me too.
I'm getting scared. I'm not scared. I'm so fucking scared. I'm scared.
I know, it's not cool. It's really not.
No, I'm so happy to be back.
Oh, we are so happy.
I'm afraid, but I'm happy to be back.
Pissed, scared, but we're happy. We're fine. We're very happy to be
I'm
back.
smiling while I shit myself.
Yeah, thank you for having us as well, and welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back to the fucking letter.
Yay, welcome back to the letter after a long hiatus.
But no, thank you for having me, darling.
You're always welcome.
And thank you for listening to our ramblings and the spoopiness of here. I am Kieran, that is Neko, and I'm happy that you managed to listen to us, and it is goodbye from me and Nori Bimini.
Thank you so much for watching this spooky episode of The Letter. Hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one. Roll the outro!